1, 2, 3, 4. Trust it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Demeanor. There you go. Now over there. Back. There you go. Drive fade. Go. Go. Get out of there.
There's a million things that come to trust. When you make a call on the defensive side of the ball, you call a blitz, you got to trust that guy's going to get home. He's going to hit the right gap. They're going to fit it the right way. Offensively, who am I going to give the ball? And I trust that he's going to take care of that football. So this game is all about trust. 120 plays in the game, it's all about trust.
When I think of trust, there's a little saying, there's no us if there's no trust, the U and the S in there. I think that's big, whether it's with the coaches, receivers, the O-line. Everybody's got to work hand in hand. I got to trust that coach is going to call the right play to put us in a good situation. He's got to trust me that I'm going to make the calls, execute what he wants me to do, and I got to trust all other 10 guys to do their job. So it's everything. If there's no trust, then there's no us.
Trust in the scheme. There's going to be some schematic changes, right? And then trust the fundamentals of that scheme. That's why you got to sell the why we're doing something to our players so that they have a chance to have a high level of buy-in.
This offense, we're taking a lot more shots down the field. I have to trust the receivers to be in the right spots. We got a lot of young guys that are stepping up to make plays. Gabe has worked hard since he's been here, and I trust him in the weight room to work hard. I trust him in drills to work hard. I trust him as a receiver to run the right routes and get his other teammates in the right position as well. There's other guys, Tristan Payton, Dredrick Snelson, and Cam's another guy that I trust. He's a seasoned vet. I can think of Dredrick against Austin Peay where he goes up on 2 guys and makes a touchdown and drags his toe in the back. It shows up nice on the stats for me, but those guys make me look good.
I've trust KZ. KZ's a big-time playmaker. Puts in the work. Shows that he really loves the game. And I know that he's gonna make sure we do our job. We're gonna make sure he does his.
Ball security is job security. So when those guys get the ball in the hands, I trust them to not put the ball on the ground. I trust them to make catches. And if they have a drop, I get on them and I say we'll get the next one. If I make a bad throw, I tap them up. I say hey, that was my bad. And if you do that, that just builds more trust. Like okay, he's gonna get me next time.
Tight. That ball tight left. Keep it tight. You're out. Ball security.
The receivers, the big thing about trust is just we have screen plays where, the outside man is in front, Snelson be stacked behind me, and I have to make sure that I can block that corner or that linebacker that's going to be sitting there trying to tackle Snelson when he gets the ball. So there's also outside receiver screens, and, Snelson come down to block that corner. I have to have the trust in him to know that I can run the 3 steps up, come and catch this ball, and know that I can get a long play down the sideline on the outside. And I have to trust Snelson to be able to get in front of that DB and go knock him out, and I feel like I would every time.
We might have a run-pass option up and might hand off the ball, and they might be in the middle of a route, and they see that the ball's getting sprung. Then they got to go sprint and go dig out a safety to spring maybe what would have been a 15-yard gain into a 50-yard touchdown. So that's huge when guys are sacrificing, not being selfish, and springing big plays for their brothers.
As long as I'm doing my job and getting inside and running that corner out of there and making sure that those defensive guys stay off of my brother, and as long as I do my job and knowing that he trusts me and we can just keep running the plays and just gassing everything, and whenever it's time for me to run a route or run a screen, I have faith in him that he's gonna block for me.
Outside, trust the block.
Trust goes everywhere, not just on the field. It goes in the locker room, outside. You got to trust that your teammates are gonna have your back. If you're in a tough situation, you got to trust that they'll steer you the right way.
One thing when I think about trust, I think about just family in general, because you have to trust your family in order to be successful in whatever you're trying to do.
It's funny because when I was getting recruited, a coach told me that you'll never find a real family, you'll never find brotherhood in a college team because everything's always changing. Well, the thing about us, all of our coaches left, yeah, but we're still a brotherhood. We can all trust each other, we all love each other, and we're all there for each other, and that's what I'm glad I came here for. UCF is definitely the best school for that. I don't think anyone's close to us when it comes to just being a family, being close. We all have a connection, and we take it out there on the field, and that's why we end up being successful.
The receivers are like my brothers. I don't have an older brother, I just have a younger sister, and it feels like I'm protected almost, and I can trust them and have someone to lean on whenever something's going wrong with me, or they can lean on me whenever something's wrong with them.
There's going to be ups and downs during the course of spring ball. There's going to be ups and downs during the course of a 60-minute ball game when we get to the fall. And coaches, players alike have to trust one another. I think that's why we've tried to sell the why in every area of what we're doing so that they can say, hey, All right, there's a rhyme and reason behind what we're doing in every area of our program every single day. There's nothing that hasn't been thought out before. And I think our players have done a great job of pushing themselves to understand the why. They've done a great job of continuing to grow and change in the areas that we want them to. They're going to allow us to be successful on the field.
When I think of trust, I think of, someone's on the football field wise, committed to what we're doing, committed to what Coach Heupel is bringing to this team. Not really hearing any complaints. Just someone that's buying into what we're doing, someone that's just going to go hard and respect the coaches, is coachable. I mean, that's when you can trust a player, especially when you know that he just has your back.
This game's all about trust, and it's trusting the guy next to you, it's trusting your technique, it's trusting the scheme, it's trusting the coaches, and ultimately it's about the coaches trusting the players. And that's what we're trying to do as we go through 15 days of spring ball and as we go through training camp. Who are the guys that we can trust? Who are the guys that we can count on? They're going to do it at a championship level day in and day out.